So I've been playing Sonic Racing Crossworlds full release for the better part of a week, and I have played it a handful of times before it for the open and closed betas that were held. And I know it's kind of early to say this, but this might be in contention for one of, if not my absolute favorite kart racer of all time, period. Better than Mario Kart World, better than Mario Kart Wii, Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, and even Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is at the time my favorite, at least before this game dropped. And I think it's because this game does something extremely well. This game is the perfect blend of addictive and engaging. Like right now I'm typing this in school and I'm wanting to go home and play the game more and stream it more. And I guess that kind of perfectly segues into the Grand Prix, because holy, this game's Grand Prix takes around 3 hours to beat. But you know how it felt? Yeah, this game is so fun that I didn't even notice the time go by. It's like talking to that one friend you knew since you were kids and y'all just shooting the shit. But I want to get into the nitty-gritty. And I think the best place to start is to talk about the just absolute amount of player freedom expression. And that has to start with the controls. I think we all know it at this point. If the controls are ass, then the game will be trash. And here, it's kind of different because the controls kind of depend on how you want to play the game. Because in the game, you have 5 vehicle types. You have car parts that change how those classes play, with a bunch of characters that also change, with 70 different gadget types that also change how that plays. Starting off, we have the most well-rounded. We have speed type, which is the fastest, and it has decent handling and drifting. Right behind it is acceleration. Then the handling class, if you want to focus all in on that control while sacrificing some speed, and if you get hit, you're probably gonna eat shit. Then the power types, if you just want to kill everybody while sacrificing speed and turning, like say goodbye to turning, bro. You're not making those fucking drifts. And in my opinion, the most versatile, that has great speed, great turning, is the extreme gear or the boost type. It makes your boosts last way longer, but similar to the handling types, you will get in trouble if you get hit. And again, if you want to amplify or mix and match, you can choose a character to help you expand that class. But I think no matter what class you choose, the overall feel of the game is just pretty solid and responsive, including the sea and air. While different, they do feel intuitive, at least to me. I got them pretty quickly. But then you get into the gadget system, and this has been the thing that I've been saying is the game changer. And I was right, it's the game changer. You can create so many different class setups. A lot of these gadgets are good on their own, but their true potentials only show when they are paired with other gadgets that enhance their powers or make them more effective. For example, I could use my trick bounty to get rings while tricking, but if you combine it with trick expert that lets you trick faster, then you're already off to a better start. But there's so many different classes for just rings. Or if you want to prioritize defense, you can give yourself a defensive items up gear with the bumper guard, the items keeper, and the quick recovery kit, so that you're in the best defensive position possible. Or if you want to be a drift master and always make it feel like you're in a drift frenzy, you can apply quick drift to all 3 levels, and then the ultimate charge, that is the 4th level. Or if you don't want to make a class, there's specific kits that have certain gadgets for you in the class, like a speed machine type kit, or a boost type kit, or the item hoarders kit, or the drift kit. There's just so many different ways of approaching making a class, and I think it's so great because there is no one right way to play. Most, if not all, options are viable because they're balanced well. Like, yeah, you can go all defensive, but you'll sacrifice speed, and you can go all out on drifts, but you will get fucked up if you get hit. And yeah, you can focus on speed, but again, you're leaving yourself open, and handling might be harder. So it's really up to you how you want to go about and play the game. And on top of that, the car customization goes above and beyond any kart racer I've ever played since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Not only does it let you choose between different car parts down to the interior, but it also allows you to do a paint job for literally every part of the car, with different texture styles and different auras and horns that you can apply to. And it even has its own, while limited for certain reasons, COD type emblem editor, and it goes all the way back to player freedom of expression. You get to choose how you play the game, giving the player the freedom to make whatever you want. And I think that makes it way more invested in wanting to learn the game and just spend more time in it, because it makes it way more personal than if I just have to choose one character and one preset car. But we get to customize all of that, plus a heavily extensive perk system. This game is as personal as it gets. And now I just spent up 2.5 pages gushing about the customization. I actually want to get into the gameplay, so let's do that. Now, this game on the surface is like any other kart racer. You have 4 races in one cup, and there are 3 laps in each race. And whoever gets the most points by the end wins. However, once you look deeper, it's a whole other ball game. And I think the biggest change, what gives this game its name, the Crossworlds mechanic. For the second lap of each race, instead of going through the same course again, you're teleported to a completely different track. Now that can be one of the specific Crossworlds, or in some cases, another track entirely, and that completely flips each race on its head, and it makes every race different. There is not one race where you feel like, oh, I've been doing this again and again. It will always feel different. And in total, there are 24 base tracks with 15 Crossworlds, making for a grand total of 39 courses to play. And if you play this on time trial, you can play each course, including the Crossworlds, as their own track with 3 laps, which is ridiculous to me. Speaking of, I think the track design in this game is fantastic. I think the first 3 cups are definitely the most easy and basic to get into, but even still, while not complex as the later tracks, they allow for some really great moments, like in East Stadium and Sand Road having some great dirt and grass shortcuts that reward skilled players, or Colorful Mall being super multi-layered and vertical, making for some of the most unique track design that I've seen. I think the first 3 cups do a great job at setting you up for what is to come, because oh my god, I've said that too many times this video, but oh my god, what do you know about the Chow Park Lap 3? What do you know about the Dampa Factory, okay? What do you know about Coral Town? What do you know about Coral Town? Tell me right now. When I tell you that the cups past Cup 3 are some of the most engaging and fun tracks I've ever played in a kart racer, believe me, man. I did not expect some of these tracks to be as engaging or in-depth as they are. Pumpkin Mansion, having you drive on the walls and guessing which pumpkin will open up. And on lap 3, if you stay on the top path, you get to ride on a visible road and skip all the sharp turns. Or Blizzard Valley, having the wind blow you and items away. And lap 3 completely destroys the mountain, having you fly across it. The Eggman Cup as a whole, I think that's my favorite cup in the whole game. It's just all the tracks in that cup are bangers. You have the Eggman Expo, where in lap 3, all of the robots in the expo come alive, like the Egg Dragoon and the Death Egg Robot, and try to fucking kill you. Or Aqua Forest playing heavy into the jumping of the water to get those dash ring shortcuts, and Coral Town being the most complex and replayable track in the whole game, basically being this game's version of Yoshi Valley from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And for the most part, the Crossworlds are great too. I've already said why I love Dragon Road in some other videos, but some other standouts are Holoska and Starlight Carnival, Sweet Mountain, White Cave, probably the best out of the whole bunch, for me at least. But see, the thing is, I can't even really think of a track I dislike. At worst, it's just okay. And that's not bad, I guess. But at its best, it's some of the most engaging and fun level design I've ever played in a kart racer. I will say though, the one level I do not like is Apotos. It feels like the antithesis of this game because it's very linear. It doesn't really allow for that much experimentation. And it feels very, very, very RNG based because you get into that hallway and you're fucking cooked. You're fucking cooked. And if you think this game couldn't get any better, let me introduce you to the rival system, which is basically the CPU difficulty on crack. Every time you're about to pick a race, you're presented with a rival, and sometimes you're given a second rival and a harder one, and you must choose. But don't worry, if you don't like the rivals or the difficulty you're given, you can just fully choose which rival you get and what difficulty they're set on. And once you get into the race, you'll hear a rival interaction between your character and the rival. And it's so cool seeing these characters that either talk all the time or barely interact or have never interacted at all talk in these games. Ian Flynn did such a great job here, except for Amy. Unfortunately, like, for some reason, she's not really written well in this game at all. She's really timid and like all like, oh, let's do a nice race. Like, there are glimpses of her being written well, but like, it's just not that great. Fortunately though, everybody else here is super well written, and it makes up for it. Another, unfortunately, is that none of the crossover characters have rival dialogue. But even like Miku, who has in-game voices, doesn't have rival dialogue, and it's such a shame. I really hope that they add them later down the line as time passes, especially with the other Sonic characters like the Werehog and the Prime characters. At that point, that's not a legal issue. You just don't want to pay for more voice actors. Like, come on, man. But I digress. As actual NPCs, they range from pretty easy to I'm gonna fuck you. Like, once you get past like 3 or 4 flames, the CPUs do not play around, bro. This Sonic shit is serious. Like, there were times where I would get mollywopped by the rival CPU, or it would be like a photo finish, and like, it's those moments where this game is at its absolute peak, where it's just you and your rival duking out for first place, and it genuinely felt like that animated short where Sonic and Shadow were beating the shit out of each other with the cars. I will not lie, this is probably the most challenging kart racer I have ever played. Like, if you play this on max difficulty, you'll be in 12th place a majority of the race. It is fucking hard, but it still is fair. The items feel like they have a real use, especially in first place, because color me shocked, you can deflect basically everything that is thrown at you if you have the right item. Like, I didn't know that you can deflect the Ninja Star with the gloves, a spike, or a bomb, and those later difficulties, you'll not be able to catch up with the rival, so attack items will come in handy, or boost items. This game makes you really think about what you're doing with your items and the gadgets that you equipped before the race, and there were a few times where I felt like I did something or messed up and I knew it was my fault. There was very few times where it was like, oh, that's the game's fault. Most of the time I knew what I was doing, it was my fault. It encouraged me to learn and avoid those mistakes in the future. Overall, the rival system is a great addition to the game, and it makes me glad that Sonic characters talk, and the game's difficulty is the perfect balance between tough and fair. Now, once you are done with all of the cups, you aren't done playing the single player content, my friend. Oh no, no, no. Once you beat all 7 cups, you unlock the secret cup, where each track represents one game from the 2020s era of Sonic, which is just so cool. Playing through Chronos from Frontiers, North Star Islands from Superstars, and White Space from Shadow Gens. And I won't say it's the hardest cup ever, but I still think it has some pretty good design, especially White Space, with lap 3 being the most radically changed in the whole game probably, where it turns into the Doom Zone and you go up in the sky, and it's a completely different track basically. I think these tracks are at the best at representing the games they're from. But once you beat that, you unlock the alternate skin for Sage, being her cyber corrupted form. And you also unlock the friendship mode, where it works essentially like a battle pass for each character. Throughout the game, you earn tickets, which you've probably already spent on car parts, but here you dump a fuck ton of tickets into unlocking a specific character's item, like emblems, calling cards, and even skins, with every character, I should say every base character in the game having an alternate cyber skin. And funnily enough, they even have their own rival. I can't speak because it's so peak. They even have their own rival lines and interactions. To be fair, it is just fucking jarble, but it's still cool that they even thought to put that in the game. But that's not all, because you also have to beat all of the rival characters at least once to unlock Supersonic. You also unlock Supersonic speed after beating all the 7 cups and mirror mode, so now you have another way to play, and playing the races alone goes to unlocking more gadgets and items, and it's still not done because you can also unlock different songs in the jukebox, and to do that you have to get A ranks and S ranks in all of the time trials. As you can see, there's just so much single player content in this game. And I want to bring up Mario Kart World for a second. because I think a big flaw for me was that game's single player content didn't really feel that fulfilling. Like, what, you had 8 cups, and then besides that weird COD Zombies Easter egg type quest to get mirror mode, after that, that's basically all of the worthwhile content, besides what, stickers that don't really matter. You don't get anything but from completing the piece switches or the question block panels, and unlocking skins was more boring than rewarding, since all you had to do was find food. Hell, the game didn't even have a jukebox, which sucks, because it has probably the best video game OST for a kart racer I've ever heard, period. And 200cc isn't here. Nintendo says they might add it, but it's been damn near 4 months, and we have had no updates besides making the game more restrictive in how you play. And here we see Sonic Racing Crossworlds give you all of that in spades. And I think this game will definitely hold my attention, especially on the single player side. But I think we're done with single player. It's time to talk about the online of the game. Now, this will probably be the thing that changes the most from when I make my review, but I will give my thoughts on it right now. It feels basically like the open beta. There are still some connection issues that still need to be fixed. Like when I play solo, it's fine. Most of the issues come from when I'm trying to party up with friends. The game just decides to disconnect me from my lobby or just kick me mid-match. I'm not gonna give it too much shit though, because I am technically not even playing the game before, it's not even out yet. It's still the early release, but I hope it gets sorted soon. But something we finally get to see are the race park and custom games, and holy shit, this is probably be the most fun I'll ever have playing this game. You can customize literally everything, down to the speed, if it's a free-for-all or team mode, the type of items that are in the race, the type of frenzies that appear in the crossroads. You can choose the difficulty of the CPUs, or fuck it, remove the CPUs altogether so you can run the ones in Sonic Racing Crossworlds. There is so much customization that goes into it that it's ridiculous. My only complaint is that for some reason, supersonic speed is not usable in online, which is a real bummer. I have no idea why it's not there. It's still there, but like blanked out. I don't know. I'm hoping that it's in a future update, but right now it's not really a big deal to me because the game is already very chaotic on Sonic speed, especially with the dynamic camera. So I'm not gonna tweak about it, but it sucks that it's not in there. Quickly, I want to talk about the OST of the game, which probably had the biggest turnaround throughout the whole reveal, starting from mid to okay to really good, in my opinion. If I had to rank this OST out of all the racing games, I think it's better than TSR. I genuinely think that. I think TSR's OST was good, but it felt like all the same, like rock style that Otani did. But here, things really catch my ear and like sound unique to the stage. Like when I hear Wonder Museum, I know that's Wonder Museum. When I hear Coral Town song, I know that's Coral Town. Needless to say, the original tracks in this game go insanely hard. It actually caught me off guard. I didn't think they would be this good. But something that's a bit more contentious are the remixes. They range from some of the best remixes of those songs, period, to not so great. Like the remix of Radical Highway from lap 1 to 3 is probably the best remix of that stage ever, especially with Jun Sonoe's, oh my, they gave him his guitar back. That guitar solo was heavenly, bruh. But then you have the Windmill Isle remix, which isn't that great, or the Sand Road remix, which in my opinion, it's not bad, but it feels like lackluster compared to the TSR remix. But while there are some misses, I think there's a greater amount of bangers, and those bangers are fucking bangers, man. In the end, I think it's so impressive that a game that started off with so much negativity ended up looking like one of the most positively received Sonic games in the past 5 years. It looks like it's gonna be more positively received than Shadow Gens from what it looks like. The game is doing really well review-wise. Of all things, it's a racing game. And we still have future content to look forward to. So this game is not done evolving. There's gonna be future updates, and I cannot wait to see that. And that's all I really have to say for today. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, notifications, and comment down below. What do you guys think about Sonic Racing Crossworlds? You guys having fun? You guys enjoying it? You guys hate it? Let me know. I really have been having fun, and I can't wait to play online with y'all. I'm gonna be streaming that. If this video goes out on Saturday, then I'm gonna be streaming it today. If it's out on Sunday, then I already play with y'all. But don't worry, I will be streaming it again. I'll try to stream at least once a weekend for a month. We'll see how it goes, see how busy I am, but the game is really fun. But yeah. That's really all I have to say for today. I'm gonna try to get the Sonic 2 bonus video out. I'm just calling them bonus videos, know what they are. But I'm gonna try to get that out next. I'll try my best. It's been hard, but I will. Eventually. I never forgot about that. I didn't. But that's what I have to say for today. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. Okay, I'm done. See ya.